Let mute everything.
Okay.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Heidi from Costumeco. Tonight I'm Nurse Red, though.
Oh my goodness.
Why am I still at Knees? You didn't tell me to change my name, Heidi.
Oh, sorry. You're gonna change your name. Okay. Anyway, I'm here with my little crow friend who is trying to sit on my microphone. There he is. My crow friend. Anyway, I got my little hat on. But anyway, welcome to another live stream, and we're actually simulcasting tonight. So we're on my channel, Costumeco,
and we are also hanging out on AK Watch as well. So greetings, everyone. It's lovely to be here. I'm very happy to be here with my ladies. It's been a while since we've been on with Heidi. It's great that we are doing this. Let's talk about some grotesque.
And it's spooky month, and we're here with Meeks.
Yes, I'm sitting here. If you see me doing this, it's because I'm looking at both streams because I have them up on my monitors.
That's very cool.
And so I'm watching the
and
chat.
also a big congrats to Lady Meeks because she just hit 25k subs. Yes, Fandom D Saint was good.
That's massive.
It is like it's like the first milestone that I really am like, yes,
that's so awesome.
But too bad YouTube doesn't care. So there's that.
So if you're wondering why I have this crow here on my mic, it's because originally he was on my hat, but it was from last year. I had Meeks. I think it was actually Bex and I did a live stream.
It was it was a witchy stream that you guys did, wasn't it?
And it's spooky month, so we're doing a spooky show tonight.
My goodness.
Yeah. So anyway, so for anybody who hasn't seen Grotesquerie, hopefully you can feel fairly safe coming in here because we're not going to get into big time spoilery stuff because it's such a great show. It's one of those shows you don't want anybody telling you about it. You just really want to enjoy it and watch it yourself, right? So, and I just wanted to let everyone know. So how I found out about it, I was doing a live stream interview about Alien Romulus, and the guy who did the beautiful costume renderings, like the concept art for that, his name is James. And he told me, I said, what's the next show you're working on? He says, I'm working on this show called Grotesquerie. It's a Ryan Murphy show, who, if anyone doesn't know, it's the same person who does American Horror Story, but he also just did that new monster show about the Menendez brothers, and he's also strangely working on Dr. Odyssey, which is like totally different type of genre. Like it's kind of like The Love Boat. So anyway, I said, oh, what's this show? And he's like, well, it's a horror show. So I said, I have to definitely check it out, and I am so glad I did. I'm trying to spread the word around. But anyway, before we start, do you guys want to go around and have like impressions about it, or what would you like to do?
Well, since I've seen the least, I would rather go first because I've seen the least.
Go ahead.
I've only watched 2 episodes because I'm so booked and busy. But the first 2 episodes I did see. Listen, I'm just going to tell you, okay, it's no spoilers, but that first episode when that thing happened and she went back to the kitchen and I was like, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. Because I have a reaction for it, but it's going up on Patreon because I don't know how I can edit all of the tomfooleries and shenanigans out for YouTube. So I just remember sitting here like this for a good 5 minutes. I was just like, I don't even know
it's really cool, fandom. We should have DJ check it out. It's actually not the scare level really isn't that high.
It's like a psychological what is going on.
I think he would like the mystery.
Yeah, and it's a lot of weird.
It's a bit of a puzzle box too.
Yes.
Like you're trying to figure it out. So they're just kind of giving you they're just spoon feeding you a little bit. It's kind of like if anyone's watching From, they don't it's very clever writing and but also it's really just so many great things. Like the acting is amazing. The visuals are gorgeous.
Oh, A level cast.
It reminds me of is it 7 when he screams what's in the box? That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very that.
Yeah, because I'm just like
Yeah. So Meeks, do you want to set it up a little bit, like if anybody hasn't seen it, like what the show is about so far?
Like pretty much Niecy Nash, I cannot remember her name, her main character's name.
Oh, it's Lois
Detective Tryon,
yeah.
Detective
Lois
Tryon. She is gets called to a case and it's so wild that they're like, WTF, what's going on? But because she has a lot of things going on at home, she is diving into her work. And so anytime something strange pops up, she's there. And it just so happens that it's connecting to whatever she first investigated on the first episode. And so you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. You're trying to figure out, why does it feel like she's being followed? Why is like, and you're also trying to figure out what's going on in the hospital with her husband. Like, it's so many pieces that you just come into the middle of the story on the first episode that you're like, wait a minute, what's this? What's that? And so you're hoping for answers. And I only got to the second episode, but there's still the second episode had answers for the first while providing me more questions. So it's like she said, it's like a real puzzle. It's a puzzly situation, and it's a who done it and why the hell, because it's a lot of why the hell.
A lot.
Yeah, because she's
a lot of why.
Yeah, because she's there. It appears that this is a serial killer or a like a mass murderer. I don't know what you would call him or her. We don't know. But it sort of feels a little bit like, I was thinking like the Red Dragon. Like, you've got this very sinister killer, or like you say, like Seven, like the way they do the setup of the staging, I suppose, of the murders, right? It's not just someone who's just gone in and murdered somebody. They've done this very psychotic, really ritualistic kind of setup, almost like a tableau, and it's extremely horrifying. But as you say, Manic or Meeks, it's not horrific as much as it is psychologically horrific, I suppose.
Yes, it's like you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, and then you'll be like, oh,
it's a huge mystery.
Why? What the fuck?
Yeah. So what about you, Sister Duval? What do you think?
I enjoyed the ride. It keeps you.
How far along are you?
I finished. I binged the last few episodes today, actually.
Me too. I except I didn't finish I didn't get to the very end. So there's just one more episode to go next week, and then that's it. And I believe
there's one more coming.
Yeah.
Okay. So episode. So I got through all 7. So there's 8 total. Then cool.
There's 10.
10. Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you only watched the first 7.
I missed a lot then. Yeah, I only watched the first 7.
Yeah. There's 2 more came out last night, and then next
that's
week
why I didn't see them.
Yeah, I mean, it could have ended like that, but it's,
I thought, you know what? Now that you've told me that, I'm even more intrigued on seeing where it is, because I thought that was the end.
It feels like it could be the end.
This is about to be excellent, like double excellent.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but whenever a show like this comes out and it's a puzzle box type show, do you find yourselves watching all the like reaction videos? I've watched so many reactions to this.
Yes. I do it anyways, but for stuff like this, I'm like,
you want to know?
Because I want to see what everybody else is thinking too.
And what did I miss? Pretty much.
Yeah.
There's this one, and I think there's a lot of stuff on Reddit as well. So there's lots of theories about this show. That's the other thing. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's really fun that they're doing, they did do, I think they didn't do one a week. They did like, maybe they staggered it. I think they had like one and then a couple and then another one and another one. But I was saying, I don't know if it was to Jack, my husband, that I really appreciate that they space them out. They don't do a big dump all at once like Netflix does, because this is the type of show you really, I think,
need to sit with.
You want to have the suspense, and you need the time to think about it, I think, to process.
Exactly. Okay, so what do you want to start with? Do you want to talk about the cast? Do you want to start there?
We can do that. I was gonna say, let's because you're the expert here. I would like to start with the costumes.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, this is great. It gives a great time for me to do a bit of a plug, because after I did the interview with James, who did the concept art, like he posted a picture of Niecy Nash in her white coat. She always wears this white coat, and Meeks, you haven't seen the whole series so far, but she seems to wear that throughout. It's kind of like her trench coat. Like, she's the detective, so she wears this coat. And so I messaged him and I said, hey, like, would I be able to get in touch with the design team on this? And maybe we could do a panel. So we might do a panel on Saturday. It might be as early as Saturday. Otherwise, it'll be 2 weeks from now. But there's actually 3 designers on the show, believe it or not. And I think because there's some very heavy costume scenes, like there's lots of like group scenes, like with all the detectives, like especially at the crime scenes, they have all of these detectives. There's like just lots of background people, but also there's a lot of time that passes. So, and then of course we have like the nuns and we have like the priest and all the clergy and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I love the costumes. I kind of have like, I'm kind of dying to talk to them about it though, because I'm like, what are they trying to say through the costume? And so, especially Niecy or Lois's white coat, because it's always pure white.
Always.
Like, I'm like, it's never dirty. I'm like, what's going on here? She keeps going to all these crime scenes.
That's
There's no
exactly
blood
what
on
I
it.
said.
Right.
I'm like,
How
girl
is she
with the
not
white
picking up
coat?
any trace of everything? And you know what?
Yeah.
Oh, it makes so much sense now.
I'm like, girl, with the white coat, you're brave.
Yeah, because normally it would be like, and also she's always got like perfect makeup and like, she go like, I'm assuming Meeks that you've seen her like go on a bender. So, she's a huge alcoholic, she drinks vodka like we would drink water.
My God, everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Like every scene. I think that's the only thing we see her drink.
Yeah,
exactly. And then I saw the one where she was driving down the street. I was like, ma'am, okay,
yeah,
all right.
And so then I think
it only gets
how is it
worse.
that she's ended up like in this drunken stupor? She gets a call to go to a crime scene, and then when she arrives, she's like perfect. She's got perfect makeup. Her hair's perfect. Her clothes are perfect. So, I will
say.
Yeah.
I think what I can say about that without giving any spoilers is you will find out, and it will make everything will click and sink into place when you see it.
Well, I have to say a few of the YouTubers that I watched who had theories, and I won't mention what they are because I don't want to give them away, were pretty much right. So that was pretty cool. I had a scene because there was one point when she like was talking to Nurse Red, and I'm like, there's no way Nurse Red, like, what is going on with this character? So I was convinced that this was in her mind, because I'm like first off, that her hair looks like from the 1940s, right?
I would have fought that nurse, like, girl.
Yeah. Well, did you see the scene?
I was looking at her sideways the whole time.
Did you see the scene where she threatened to beat her up? Did you see that scene?
Yes, was that after she was playing with her husband?
Yeah,
her.
Like, hold on, bro.
I'm fighting you off rip. What this is a sponge bath, and you playing with he's unconscious
with the door wide open. Like, you don't even got a curtain drawn.
He had his back to the door.
I'm just like, man, bring the security that you're so proud of, because they gonna need it.
Exactly. Where is
to get here? They got to get to me first.
So I was like convinced that Nurse Red was like a figment of her imagination, kind of like I'm watching From right now, and the main character, he keeps imagining the priest who is dead, but he keeps imagining that they're having a conversation. So I was thinking it was like that. I was like, either maybe Nurse Red is dead, or or she's a spirit. And also she's really kind of mean, like
nasty,
nasty,
very nasty,
right? And like Lois is she's not like, how do you describe it?
She don't take no shit.
She's kind of a piece of
she's
work.
A slouch. Like, that's why I said I would have fought her. I would have fought her and I would have shot. I'm a cop. Listen, I'm shooting and I'm booting. Like, ping, pow, pow. But I got to physically beat your ass. I got to beat your ass with my
But
hands.
also, like, Red is like a senior citizen. She's so like, I mean, I realized they do her hair and her makeup, but I'm like, the actress is like, I looked her up. The actress is actually Leslie Manville, and I think she's actually British. Oh, she is. Yeah. She's actually 68. So I was like, well, I don't know. Like, it seemed a little bit strange that she was wanting to covet her husband, kind of thing.
But the one thing you can tell with these actors is that they had fun. Like, this is the type of show where the crazier, the kookier they could have delivered the lines, the more they were like, and continue.
Everyone's chemistry was immaculate.
It looked like the type of show that was really fun to work on, I think.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Now, okay, so And then also the other thing is like Courtney B. Vance, who's kind of a big deal, right? He's sort of a big star. And I think he's a producer on this. So the other thing I was like, he's in a coma for pretty much the whole time. So I'm thinking, okay, at some point this guy's got to come out of the coma and, or something like that, right? Because except for there were a few flashbacks, but it seemed like he was underutilized.
He's too big.
Right. Exactly. So to have him just be in a coma,
laid up, getting his thing played with. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm never gonna let it go. I don't care.
No, you shouldn't let it go.
Yeah.
And then it's funny too, because I'm just realizing I'm on Wikipedia and they've got a spoiler on here. But I'm not going to say what it is. You'd have to go on there to.
Okay, I can't.
I'm going to go look.
I'm trying to avoid it.
Yeah. So now, what about the priest and?
Okay.
Dude has
something happens big. I know something big happens because once again I'm on TikTok and people are like, "Oh, did you see what happened with it?" I got to skip. So I know something big happens. But listen, that man has been playing weird characters in the past 2 or 3 projects. I need him to be a normal man in the next project.
He used to be on General Hospital. Did you know that?
No.
That's where he got his start.
I haven't watched General Hospital in decades.
Yeah. Well, I haven't. Did you remember? They still have the same, like, he played one of the, it's like a character from like, let me look it up here.
You see me instantly.
Oh, the Cassidines. The Cassidines are still around. Remember the Cassidines from General Hospital?
I don't.
They were around when I was in high school. That's how old they were. So he played one of the Cassidines, which I guess kind of makes sense because he's the son of Nicholas Cassidine, who I don't even know who that is. And then yeah, they were like this big crime family in wherever this city is, Bay City. Or no, that's Young and the Restless. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah, my mom's show was Days of Our Lives. So like I can tell you about those family lines, but I know none of the other ones.
I'm not gonna look it up.
And then now, yeah, so then we have this like, okay, this is the other thing. It's just like, okay, this is where I was like, this show is definitely Ryan Murphy. If anyone has watched any
he does have
American
a
Horror Story, I've only watched a few seasons. It's totally bonkers. So we've got this priest who is this young hot priest, like he's only like 25 or something, and he's decided that he wants to. The nun, who is sort of like the sidekick of the detective, like she's helping. She actually writes articles for this like church newspaper, but she does like true crime. And so her and the priest Charlie are both like really into true crime. But he also is like, he does Peloton.
He's so strange. He's very fitness oriented.
He's fitness oriented. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say he's a young Frollo.
Yes.
From Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing I think of when once they started going in a little bit on his character. I said, "Oh, okay, you're that level of crazy. Got it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and then it's so what's funny because I was originally when I saw that his body, because they show his body a lot, I was like, "There's no way he would have a body like that as a priest." But then they show him that he's like hardcore into cardio and he streams it and everything.
Because he used to be a what's called workout people. What do you call it? He used to be a fitness trainer. Yeah.
So I was really glad that they did that because I was like, because I'm like, otherwise there'd be no way, right? And then on top of that, though, he like self-flagellates himself with one of the, like, what is a cat of nine tails? What do they call that? It's like a,
I think it is a cat of nine tails
with the knots on it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But really old school. And then so he has to get these stitches. Oh, now by the way,
who is stitching him up?
Yuck.
I don't know. But there is some continuity with the stitching. Now, Meeks, I don't know if you've seen enough episodes to see that, but I did notice, or other YouTubers have pointed out, there's this he has these like black stitches, and I have seen stitches that are black, and they're usually like, you know, they pulled them out after. But the stitches are used in a couple of different situations, and also by Grotesquerie, who is the serial killer, which is the name they give to the serial killer. So anyway, but did you both see the scene where he's in the church and he's wearing like a choir gown or like and then he's wearing chaps, assless chaps?
I was like, you know what?
So is nobody else walking around the back rooms of the church? No, like you don't have any fear of anyone coming out and seeing you in your drawers in front of Jesus?
That's probably what got him.
See me, I'm just like the indentation on the, like you can tell anybody got no drawers on. You can tell when the ass is free.
Yeah. Well, he had that sheer gown over top, but you could see it.
But you can like, I'm just.
He also seems to have a penchant for red.
Yeah.
With them damn ugly ass boots. I can't.
Something on him always has the color red.
That's true. So he had like the bottom of his shoes are red, and then wasn't there something else that was red, like
his little thong.
Oh,
I don't want to go past that because Meeks hasn't seen much past that, but there are other things that show up.
Yeah, and then he has sort of like this.
You're welcome, Meeks.
He has sort of like an Elvis kind of pompadour, because the actor in real life, when I've seen him, he always wears his bangs down, but he has like this sort of like kind of a pompadour.
I call it the K-pop effect, because when the K-pop people are like at home, their hair is down, but when they're on stage, it's up. And they put it
okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to mention my crow hasn't fallen off my mic yet, so it's hanging in there.
He has not. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Click, 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 click.
By the spirit of my
and then to juxtapose that, we have the nun who, like, by the way, her voice is so interesting. I don't know if she's from New York, but she's just got such an interesting delivery. It's like
the way she talks. It's
she reminds me of this YouTuber.
I don't even know how to describe it.
Her name is Ashley Robato.
Thanks,
you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna link you her channel, because
Thanks, kitties.
Every single time I see her, I'm like, she looks like Ashley Robato. Like, I know. Hold on.
She's actually a Broadway actress, which is really interesting.
That makes sense.
There's one episode where she does sing, which Meeks hasn't seen yet, but she's got a beautiful voice.
She has a wonderful voice.
So does Niecy, though. Niecy has a beautiful voice,
which
too.
That duet that they have was very, very enjoyable.
I put her in the private chat, but this is who she looks like, and every time I see her, I'm like, girl, y'all, that's got to be family. Y'all look.
Oh wow!
God, yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
She looks.
That is uncanny. Yeah, they definitely could be cousins.
I'm like, my gosh.
Yeah, because under her veil, she always has those little ringlets. You know, like but yeah, she's just like super, super quirky. And then of course her and Charlie, there is this sort of like chemistry between the two of them.
They got issues.
They got issues.
I don't like it.
I was thinking that maybe he was possessing her or something.
I don't like it. It's so weird. It's so weird.
That first interaction between the two of them in the room, I was like, wait a minute, bruh. Like, as soon as she said, I could have emailed this to you. Why did you need me to actually bring it to you? I said, oh, okay, hold on.
I thought it was the secretary. The secretary.
Like,
and then he just happened to have a shower right before she arrived.
Just happened to be coming out in his towel.
Yeah, all wet and everything. Oh, do you mind drying?
Can you dry my back?
But what's the deal?
How the fuck was she gonna dry your back if she wasn't there?
What was the deal?
What do you
with her
mean?
Spitting into the face cloth, though. What was that all about?
I don't want
think that was some type of claiming type thing. You know, like how animals will pee on stuff. To mark territory.
I don't like adult spit.
It's a little bit weird.
Babies, okay, you can dribble on me. It's until you get to like one or two. Adult spit, I'd be like, I'm ready to fight.
Absolutely not.
My fist was clenched.
I mean, them and the way that they both were reacting to just random the slight mere
weird.
shadow of a touch. Like, what is wrong with the two of y'all?
They are weird. That whole Fry interaction really made me be like, no, at a restaurant being loud as hell talking about.
Thanks, Sarah. Well, she was in Jesus Christ Superstar, so that makes sense why she was singing "I Don't Know How to Love Him," because that's from Jesus Christ Superstar.
That's hilarious. I don't have time for that.
Karen.
And it also makes sense because Ryan KP was good. Brethren was good.
She weird.
It makes sense that Ryan Murphy would cast someone that was that musically inclined.
Is he into musicals?
He did Glee. Do you remember that TV show?
Oh, yes.
That was another one of his shows.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Speaking of that, though, the music in this is really good too, and they and they play up that too. Like they've got a record player, which that's the other thing I was going to say about the show. It is supposed to be, I suppose, because I think they have cell phones, 2024, but at times it feels like it might be another time period. Did you feel that at all? Like, you know, especially I was saying like they play old school records and the music is sort of old school. Some of the cars are kind of dated looking. What were your thoughts on any of that?
I feel like in the police station, it looks old AF. It looks like it's like 90s, like late 90s, early 2000s. Like super y'all are still heavily reliant on the fax machine. The fax machine don't be faxing at where I work, because I work for the patrol, and so they rarely, it's like podunk counties that use faxes and stuff like that. So I'm just like, why are y'all walking around with paper? You're talking about a blog. Like a lot of people just this is very like 2000.
And you know, that's actually
a
really good point to bring up there with the tech. It's a little bit sus that this newsletter that she's going is so popular right now. It's very sus because who is looking out for a weekly little pamphlet from the church nowadays? Which, now that I'm thinking about it, should have been a clue to something else.
Can you remind me, was she typing it on a typewriter or on a computer?
I want to say it was on a computer, but it might have been a typewriter.
Because, you know, and I don't want to, you know, because I think there still are some writers who write on typewriters, I think, because they like it. But it does, it just seemed very, you know,
out
so
of time.
Maybe it's not like, maybe it is like 2000. And the same with even the hotel, the hospital. I felt
Sarah said it was a computer.
Oh, it was a computer.
It was a computer. Okay.
Thank you.
And if I can give a shout out to my homie Reggie, the Silver Sight. What's going on? Thanks for coming through.
Karen, we're talking about Grotesquerie.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
It's
all-star A+ cast.
Yeah, it's an FX show.
It's bizarre.
It just came out about, let's see, it's a Ryan Murphy show. They describe it as an American horror drama television series, and it was created by Ryan Murphy for FX. And
description.
It premiered September 25th. So not that long ago.
You know what?
And
this go ahead, sorry.
Like, there's been because I think they did there were 2 weeks where they had put 2 episodes up. So they've kind of because they want to finish it right before Halloween, I guess, right? Yeah, that makes sense that typewriters would be popular again. They're actually They're actually pretty cool. Like, I mean, when I was in college, just how long ago it was, or high school even, we had electric typewriters, but I've never typed on an old school typewriter, but that would be actually kind of fun, I think, because you get that nice feeling of it.
But you got to be real accurate, because
you do have to be accurate, because highly accurate. I don't like those things.
I need to back up. I need to boo.
Exactly.
I just had a thought, because Heidi, you said you've been watching American Horror Story Meeks. I don't know if you've ever watched any of those.
The good seasons. Okay.
Coven's my favorite. Random sidebar. But this show could actually be a season of American Horror Story. I'm kind of surprised he didn't work it in.
I think they asked him about that, and he made the decision to make it a standalone. I can't remember exactly why he said that, but someone did ask him why he didn't do that. And I can't remember why he said he didn't. There's probably a reason, and I don't have the answer though. because it is an anthology series, so technically it could have been in that anthology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe someone in the chat knows.
But doesn't he use like the set of actors for only like a couple of projects? Like there's a number he hits and then he moves on to the next.
Sometimes.
So, because that means that isn't Kim still in it? In like the next rendition, Kardashian, isn't she in the next one? Because didn't he have her in 2 or is it 1?
I think she came in with the last season. I think.
I feel like she came in with another one.
The baby. Was it another one that she was in before that?
Like, I could be wrong, but I feel like she was in 2.
What's Eric Roberts' daughter's name was in it too, right?
Emma
Roberts.
Is that her dad?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Isn't she related to the actual Julia Roberts? Like Roberts, she's related to
Eric.
her.
Yeah, Eric is
Roberts
Julia's
is
brother.
Roberts. It was funny. I saw an interview with him recently, and he was saying that he's not allowed to talk about her or Julia. Like, I love Eric Roberts, but many years ago he had a horrible drug problem, right? And that's one of the reasons why he kind of got blackballed in Hollywood. Him and Mickey Rourke, and so he was a brilliant actor. I still think he's a really great actor, but so he never got to the level of Julia. So I guess his daughter's not allowed to he's not allowed to talk about her. But he's been with his wife for like many years. Like they worked through it, I guess, because that would have been really difficult.
Kudos to her. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, okay, I didn't know. Okay, this is how out of touch I am with everything. And I'm not a Swiftie. Are you guys Swifties?
No. I like the only CD I like from her is 1989.
So
I don't even know what that sounds like.
Her boyfriend, her partner.
Yes, Travis. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea who he was, and then I was watching that, and I think it was.
I do know he's an athlete.
He's funny. Him and his brother are hilarious. I follow
football player or hockey.
Yes. He's a football player.
They're both football. Well, his brother just retired.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, anyway, I think he actually does a really great job in this. I was pretty impressed with him.
I'm excited.
Meeks, have you gotten the episode with him yet?
No, because I went to see.
Oh, wait, is that who that is?
Yeah, Travis Kelce. The big white guy, the orderly in the white. I saw that because
I know his name. I didn't know what he looked like.
The thumbnail. Yeah, he was on the thumbnail for like episode 3, and I was like, "There's Travis," because I was waiting to see.
Okay. All right. Well, to that then I will say, Taylor, I see you.
First of all, that whole situation is great.
Dude.
That whole situation is great. I was rooting for them from the beginning. That got me back into her world a little bit because I liked him just listening to his brother and their podcast. They're really down to earth. And he was like, I'm going to go to her concert. And I was trying to meet her. And I had a bracelet I wanted to give to her, but I didn't get a chance to give to her because I couldn't see her. And then they met up and then they started dating that way. And I was like, look at you. You manifested that shit. I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you. That's right. That's right.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Taylor Swift.
I know she's almost 40. And she still maneuvers like she's 15.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the energy level.
There's a couple of songs of hers I know, but I'm totally out. So I know that she was engaged to this guy. I think they're engaged.
They're engaged.
Are they?
They were engaged.
No,
or they're not.
No, that would be top prime news.
That would be all everywhere.
See, I don't know.
They're dating. You see me? I'm like, you see me on my phone.
Yeah, I do know they're dating. Meeks is about to go check the stacks right now.
Listen, wait a minute. I was like, I was just there. This would have been all over.
Well, you know what I just heard? I just heard, and this is pretty shocking. Is the girl who plays 11, Millie Bobby Brown?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Married.
She just got married.
To who?
Yep, she's been engaged for like 2 or 3 years though. She got engaged.
20 years old.
She got engaged when she was like 17, 18, but they waited until and her wedding dress, beautiful.
Okay.
Well, it's a starter wedding though, right? It's a starter marriage.
She looks so good.
That's not going to last.
I hope it does.
I hope it does because
it's young. They're young.
That is so young.
That is so young. Like,
oof.
Yeah.
I can't.
Because Avril Lavigne got married really young too, and she's had been married 3 times now.
And I'm done. She's like,
look, fandom's just as surprised as we were.
I've only been married once, but I waited till I was like 36.
Ma'am, I don't even know if I'm going to be married.
You were in your bag though, okay? No, you will find no jujudgment here.
Pushing 40 and I can't leave the house to look at somebody because I'm like, no.
I said to my husband, or I said to my boyfriend at the time, if we're gonna have a baby, we're gonna do it now. Like basically that's what I said to him. Look, dude, I'm over 35. They're like, you're high risk now. Oh my fucking God. So I was like, okay, we're either gonna have a baby
35 is high risk now?
Yes, it is. A geriatric pregnancy at 35.
That's what they call it.
Shit.
Yeah. your ovaries, you may look good, but your ovaries are like, sorry fandom.
Listen, we're fine.
Look, fandom should be used to this. Okay, we've been friends for years.
Not Becky G. Not Becky G.
Waiting until 35 to see if I can marry Becky G. Sir.
Yeah.
At least he didn't say Cersei.
Oh my gosh.
I love
her. He could do worse.
I love her.
Oh yeah. This is a running theme.
She has those cheekbones, as Tyrion would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of her virtues, or her cheekbones. No, I mean seriously, I heard worse.
But yeah, I'm super excited to see him. So
yeah,
because he's been talking about it, and of course
really...
I live on TikTok, so I'll see him. He was like, "Yeah, I was involved in this project." So he said, it's not for children, but I hope that you guys give it a chance and watch because it's going to be really cool. And his brother was like, "What do you mean it's not for children?" So he was like, "My daughter." So why he can't watch it? Because he has like I think a 4-year-old, and he was like, "Oh hell no."
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not.
No, he was like, if she wants to see me in the show, I will send her a picture of me behind the scenes posing in my outfit.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, Phantom, I have to show you this. I just got this little Scarlet Witch. Isn't she so cute? She's like
I got it.
It's a little plush.
I love those.
Isn't she adorable? And then she's got like
absolutely adorable.
Yeah, she's pretty cute. So I picked her up, which is funny because we're watching.
Did the bird finally fall? Oh no, it's still there. Okay,
it's still there,
hanging on for dear life.
Yep, it's a crow. It's not a raven.
Hanging on.
A crow.
But by the way, Phantom, you're watching From. There's this crazy. Did you see that raven scene in From? Whoa! There's a giant raven flew into the window. It's pretty bonkers.
For Daniel CC to just give me the whole season recap. So I can catch up to everybody.
It's so good. You have to watch it. It's funny. It's like a lot of good shows. Someone was talking about it on social media and said it's like one of those, shows that nobody seems to be aware of. But there's a huge fandom of it. And then so I kind of binge watched, I think all of season 1, maybe part of season 2, and then I got caught up, and I'm like, oh my god, this show is so good.
Is it Apple Plus?
It's on MGM.
Is it Apple Plus?
Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought it was Apple Plus.
But it's again a mystery box, and it's shot in Nova Scotia, which is really kind of interesting. So there's a lot of Canadians are in it.
And I just know Mercutio is in it, and that's
Mercutio. Yes, I forgot.
From the Romeo and Juliet.
That was him from the 90s Romeo and Juliet
with Leo and Claire.
He played the lead guy. He played Mercutio.
In the one with
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
You're kidding. Yep. I gotta look this up right now.
Absolutely. I remember him dancing Young Hearts.
Oh my god.
Run free. That was my favorite part when I was a child. I don't know why, but he was just having so much fun.
Like that his line, his big
Paul
line
Rudd is in that too.
Is that was
Paul Rudd, John Leguizamo.
There's a lot. There were a lot. That was an all-star cast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, Harold Perrineau.
I think that
was.
Have you ever seen the GIF?
Yep.
Oh my god! See, I know him from Lost, but
I know him from Oz.
Forgot.
Way back.
And
I should have been watching
Jamie
that shit.
Kennedy is in it as well.
Yep. There's so many people in it. So many people.
Wow. So good. Yeah. It's basically his show. Like he's so good in it.
I don't have time. I keep looking at my board and I'm like, because so many people have been raving about it. Like it's on my TikTok feed. I have to like skip past it because I do want to watch it someday. So I don't want no spoilers from it. But I'm like, maybe
it's hard. That's what happened with this show. I was on YouTube and I saw someone had put something in their thumbnail, and I'm like, oh my god, that's a spoiler. It drives me bonkers when they do that.
I hate when people do that.
Yeah, I try not to do that.
It's so irritating.
Yeah, it's not very nice, especially if it's like the next day. Like at least give
because I think that they think they want to get the big scoop, get the drop before everybody else puts it out.
Yeah,
but even though everyone is literally putting it out at the same time.
But that doesn't make people go towards it having the spoilery stuff like that. Like it doesn't hit in the algorithm. It doesn't that's not how YouTube works.
We know that
works. But they know that because they're big enough to know
anyway.
They're big enough to know that. I'm just like, y'all need to get it together. Because
Now there's been people who have speculated who they think Grotesquerie might be. Like,
I can tell you who I think it is.
Oh, okay. Who do you
Oh,
think it
yes,
is?
Episode 2, I think it's Travis.
Oh, okay.
Because listen, because there's a scene where somebody big
Wait,
is
which
walking
one's
through her
Travis?
house with a hat on. I'm like,
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Travis, sweetie,
Is
I know that silhouette.
Oh, the orderly. That's
Orderly.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, Travis, I know that silhouette. That's you with the hat on going by. I know that's you because first
And
of all,
that's
he's
'cause
huge.
She comes out with her gun and everything. Is that scene?
Yes, he takes up the door, and I was like, Travis, you're like 6'4",
You know what?
6'5". You're a big man.
Okay, hold on. Let me
I'm gonna keep that in mind.
figure out how to
because-
say this.
Yeah.
Without spoilers for you, Heidi.
Mhm.
The fact that the shadow is that big
Mhm.
also does hint towards something else that I can't say because it'll spoil something super big for Meeks.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I
But
can't think what you mean.
I will text it to you on
Oh,
the Twitter.
okay, yeah. Well, the couple of the things I saw online, which I thought were interesting. Some people were saying that it's Lois herself who's Grotesquerie, and I thought that was really interesting.
That's interesting. That's
Mhm.
very interesting.
And then other people are saying that it's her husband, that he's not actually in a coma.
Well,
And
like
that
he's getting up and killing at
I'd
night.
be
I
so
don't
mad.
know, but I thought it was
Damn.
interesting.
I'd be
And
so
then,
mad.
I mean, because there's obviously the obvious ones, which would be like the priest
Mhm.
Charlie. He seems like a
Mhm.
pretty obvious one. And then like maybe Travis, like you say, because some of the stuff that has to be done, you would have to be physically strong, I think, to be able to do it. Like Meeks, I don't know if you've seen some of the other the kills, but they're like, they almost look supernatural in some ways, even. And that's another thing. It could be
the only
perhaps
ones I've
supernatural.
seen were, of course, the first one with the family, the second one when the people were put up on the wall with no blood.
Yeah.
The third one is the son in the basement with the mom who was not dead. She was not dead.
Yeah.
And then the Last Supper is about as far as I got.
That's the one I was thinking
Yeah.
of. That's the one that I was thinking because I was talking about the stitching. So they, and I think they have like a ram's horn, a ram's head on it.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
the body
goat's
parts
head.
are all stitched
Ugh.
together with with this black thread that you see on his back.
Which
so
is
it's funny-
also in his office. He has that sitting out like in plain sight on his desk.
That's right. Yes.
Maybe it's a group thing.
It could be a cult. Yeah.
Because I'm like, at this point, like
It is very culty.
The Last Supper got me, but what even got me more is that the cops were just like standing there looking at it. I would have walked in and been like, all right,
Right, with the freaking lights still flashing.
I'm
I
getting my
would
bag.
have been out there just like Niecy. What the fuck are y'all standing around for? Turn
I'm
off these
going.
freaking flashing lights.
No, I'm going
And also, there
home.
should have been a warning for people
the
about
epilepsy,
those flashing lights beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do appreciate how the people at the very episode 1, he was like, listen, can we just give this to somebody else? Can we not do? Can we have feds come down?
Can we just give
and
it to
take?
the feds, please?
I don't want this.
You don't get paid enough. We don't want to deal with this no more. You don't get paid enough to deal with this no more. Yeah,
She gets
like
paid
everyone is trying to dash all
$140,000. I
the
know
way.
that's a spoiler, but she says that in another episode. She gets paid.
That was gonna be that was gonna be her severance. That was gonna be
her
her severance package.
Because here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's how it works. There is a base wage, but most of the cops make their money by working holidays and working overtime. That's where the money is. Because my base pay is like 87, but because I do so much goddamn overtime, I'm clearing 110. So I'm like, and the cops are worse because they're out there on the streets. And so if they want to make extra money,
very long
they'll do something at the end of their shift, and then they'll have to sit in the office and do paperwork, which still counts. And once you hit like an hour, you get paid for 4 hours of overtime. So it's weird.
Well, I mean, and her husband's a professor. I don't know if he's tenured, but he probably brings in quite a bit of money. So the two
even if he isn't tenured though, that's big bank right there.
That is big bank. Girl, I would have sat down somewhere.
They have a beautiful home. Like, I think their homes are.
Oh yeah,
I'm leaving.
Yeah,
and a ridiculously super intelligent daughter. And again, it's the way you watch her in these first few episodes, and when the extra comes in later, you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna fight her because she doesn't have enough
Lady B.
awareness for me right now. Because when that man walked through the house and scared her mom, and she went outside and she was pepping, man, why are you coming out in your pajamas, your underwear, and your bra, being like, Mom, if my mother is shooting outside, I'm not outside. Shooting? I'm not outside, and I'm not asking her why she's shooting. I'm inside calling 911 because my mother is shooting. My mother is a police officer. She's shooting. Like, girl,
send her back up.
Get out of here. Like, girl, you have no awareness right now.
Well, there seems to be a lot of scenes where people just sort of show up, and you're like, "Where did you come from?"
They lollygagging around, like, "How are you
behind?"
here?
And you're like, "Wait a second, didn't you come from the house? How come you're behind them?" Like, there's all kinds of weird stuff like that in the show, which also makes me think that maybe Lois is hallucinating, or these people aren't there, and she's just talking to a spirit.
Like
I'm not
she's
sure.
Drunk.
Well, that's the other thing, because her drinking gets progressively. Well, maybe it seems to get progressively. It
started high, but it gets worse.
It gets worse.
It's bad.
And so there's very bad times where like she wakes up on the floor. She doesn't even make it to her bed. And I mean, I've always made it to my bed. There was one time I fell out of bed though.
Listen, that just when you close your eyes,
one of my proudest moments.
Listen, it's hard when you close your eyes and things are still spinning.
I tried to get up to go to the washroom and I fell out of bed. It was terrible.
No, thank
you. But no, I've always made it to my bed, but she's actually lying at the foot of the bed on the floor, and then she'll get a call and it'll wake her up. And then that's why I said, and then suddenly in the next scene, she looks perfect, so I was like, how is this even possible?
I do have a question.
I know how I've been after like a night out, and then
I'm not doing that. I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
If I'm that, oh no, there is no. I'm in the bed. I'm going to the bathroom and I'm going back to my bed. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I do have a question. Do they ever address the sores on her that she has?
Not head on,
okay,
but they are mentioned.
Yeah,
they are mentioned,
interesting.
And that's another thing that you'll figure it out. They don't mention it, I think, because they don't really need to mention it. You'll get it as soon as you see.
So weird how she is like, everything is so tight fitting, but she's got these sores on her butt and her back, and I'm just like,
and she's still able to move around and look immaculate on the outside.
I'm like, it's not bleeding through or nothing.
About that. That's a really good point.
Your white coat is okay.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I forgot about that. And she doesn't even put like any kind of bandage on them,
and she's picking at it. I'm like,
actively doing that. Ugh.
Yeah,
no,
maybe it's itchy.
It's got to burn. Like, I don't.
It probably has to burn. Yeah, it's like an open sore, man. You can't just sit there and put an ice pack on and take some Tylenol and call them in the morning. No, you have to go get that taken care of.
I don't know when fandom commented this, but Teen Wolf is my shit.
I started watching that, but then I got busy with other things. I have been, again, like Daniel CC Movies, like his channels literally saved my life and saved me so much time, because he recaps all of the seasons of like all of the things. See, so I anything I can't watch, I just go watch him.
I'll just hold it. That's why I have my watch list is ridiculous. I'll be like, I'll watch that.
And even with that, my watch list is really long. Yeah.
Okay. Super random, Heidi. Are you watching the Dune TV show?
I'm going to.
Okay.
When does that start?
Watch it. We
Absolutely.
should cover it.
Well, I have no really knowledge of Dune, but I'm interested. I love sci-fi fantasy fiction, so I'm all up in it, especially the TV show format, so it can like feed me more information than a movie.
Yeah. Have you watched the Dune 1 and 2?
I haven't watched the recent one. I watched the miniseries in the 90s. But
did you watch the first one?
Whatever was in the 90s. That's the one I watched.
They were
These are in the Villeneuve universe, apparently. So it
would be
helpful if you watch the Villeneuve Dune 1 and 2.
And that's the one with Zendaya?
Yes.
Yeah.
Zendaya and Lola
Charlemagne. Apparently that series is based on a book by Frank Herbert's son.
Frank Herbert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a prequel, and it takes place like 10,000 years before.
In the future, it's the setup of the Bene Gesserit order, basically.
I think it looks to me like it's like a standalone
What's going on,
show.
Haymaker?
Okay, because that's what I want to make sure.
Yeah, it looks like it's a standalone show. Sister, I don't know if you think it is, that you could watch it on its own without watching anything else. Because like you say, it's an origin story. So I think you could probably get away with watching it without watching
You probably can. What I will say though is if you do want just a tiny bit of it, and I know because we both like cheesy things, I would suggest watching the first version of the movie.
I did a
With
review on it. The
what is
costumes are amazing.
what is his name? What is Muad'Dib's name in that? He's the guy that we see
he's also
in like everything.
Fallout.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he played the dad in Fallout.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Yes.
Yeah,
that one.
And it's David Lynch, and because he's worked with, I guess David Lynch and him did Twin Peaks, which is
Twin Peaks. Yep.
Favorite show. Yeah. And I did watch Jack, my husband, was kind of making fun of the costumes in the TV series, but I have to, or was it the TV series or the movie? But I have to say, it was a miniseries, right?
Miniseries is in 2000.
Sci-Fi, yes. Sci-Fi did the miniseries, and they also actually took the story further and did Children of Dune also, which was
I haven't seen Children of Dune, but the original Dune I watched, and I have to say, I love that movie. Like the costume.
I dig it.
Okay. I kind of like, he really went for it, and I said, it's like he probably didn't have the budget, like obviously Denis Villeneuve's movie was like,
I have another
massive,
random question,
but it's very minimalistic compared to, I just thought it was so good.
Have you watched the documentary of Jodorowsky's Dune?
Yes.
I really wish we would have gotten to see that, because it looked like it was going to be an epic space opera.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, Jodorowsky.
But they ran out of money.
Absolutely.
He was trying to go too big. And they ran out of money, then they canceled.
Well, apparently the TV series, the designer, the costume designer, used the designs from Jodorowsky's Dune. Like that were done.
There's a lot of his work
Moebius
that went into other things, yeah.
And then they used it for Alien and H.R. Giger and all that. I'm totally down for all that stuff. That's where I totally want to nerd out.
Yeah,
I want to nerd out.
I love sci-fi.
I have no idea. I just wanted to make sure, because I'm like, I want to make sure that if I'm going to jump into the show, that I'm not going to be like confused because they're talking about something that I should have seen in the movie.
Yeah,
no, it's like an all-star cast.
It's before. It's long before that
Good.
time.
Good, because I want to watch it. So I'm going to use the restroom. So I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right.
So, who else should we talk about? Now that Meeks
you know what? I was typing. Okay, actually, so
did you type it?
Meeks, I hope you muted.
I don't think she can hear.
Well, she muted out. I think she took her headphones off, so she won't be able to hear us. I was typing, but the typing was taking too long. That's why I didn't. What I was saying with the shadow, that how it looks like it could be Travis's character. Think about what's actually going on in episode 7. What we find out, and it makes sense that the shadow lurking would be him. And I didn't even think about that until Meeks had brought it up just now. And I was like, yo, that's kind of awesome. The little tie-ins. Ryan Murphy's really good at putting those little things in like that.
No, absolutely. Oh, it's so good. And like it's really, the whole show is like, there's like just a series of scenes, like that one scene where she makes a turducken and then she says, I won't give you a hard time about your eating if you don't give me a hard time about my drinking. And then it's funny because like, they had the Last Supper tableau, but then the two of them are just sitting at this really long table together with like this feast there. And it was just like, it felt so surreal. I mean, this is how I feel the show is in general. It's a super surreal show. And that's why I don't feel like, I was like, what period is this? This is sort of a weird, obviously, I know a bit more about it, but, just some of the scenes, like there's like, it's heavy dialogue, like I was mentioning earlier to Meeks, that I was shocked at how much Niecy Nash-Betts, that's her full name, sorry, she has to memorize and then present.
She has to monologue a lot here.
She has to monologue a lot.
Because she's almost working the case by herself. Yeah, like the good nun is playing sidekick with her, but like no one else, and the chief is constantly saying, "Look, I get it, but I need you to solve this real quick first before you do any of this other stuff that you're talking to me about. Handle this so we can be done, because nobody else in the precinct is going to do it."
Oh, you know what I was going to say? I thought an interesting tie-in. There's this one actress who's in it. She plays Grace Finn, who's sort of the tall detective who she's sort of like the voice of reason. Like she's like when Lois is ends up in a
chief.
D&D and she gets tied to the bed or whatever, handcuffed to the bed,
Yeah,
and she comes in. Do you know who she is?
No.
She's from Silence of the Lambs. She's the one who's in that, like in the pit going, Precious. You know that Buffalo Bill kidnaps?
The one that had the dog?
She has the dog. Precious is the dog. And
Oh,
he
wow.
basically kidnaps her because she's like plus size, right? And he's
Yeah.
gonna basically make clothing out of her or what have you. But the actress who plays her, she ended up losing, like, I maybe she was, I don't know, she put the weight on for the role and then she went on to do Grey's Anatomy. Yes, put the lotion in the basket.
Puts the lotion on its skin,
yeah,
or
so
else it gets the hose again.
Yeah, Tessa Ferrer. So I thought, I was like, oh,
interesting.
Yeah, so I thought,
wow,
oh, that's the actress from Silence of the Lambs. So I was saying it because it kind of felt a little bit like, you know, The Red Dragon or Silence of the Lambs. Like, it's the same author. That sort of really terrifying serial killer. You have a female detective who's very intelligent and is on the case, but of course they have like Clarice. She's very flawed and has a lot of baggage, you know, with her family. And she's like, you know, she's a walking drunk. She's like Aegon.
She's really
like Aegon,
is.
Getting on her dragon, but she gets in her car instead.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. And is just as destructive as he is, drunken on a dragon.
I kind of love
that.
Aegon,
That is
though.
wild.
I know it's a terrible thing to say because I know he's horrible, but I kind of love him. Maybe it's because of Tom. He does such a good job, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a side by side that someone made that put him like right next to Chucky, and it's ridiculous how similar the faces actually are. And the caption is, "Yeah, they got the same energy." Well, they're not wrong. They're not wrong in that assessment.
Yeah. By the way, did you see Matt Smith? He's got like a mohawk, and then at Comic-Con, like I guess they had New York Comic-Con, he braided it. He's so cute. So he had to shave his head except for the center where you would have the mohawk. He must be working on a movie, and because I saw him on set with a full mohawk, and I think they do it by putting sugar in your hair to make it really stiff.
To keep it, yes.
Yeah, and then but I guess when it's soft,
does that not work
down,
anymore?
He just put. I don't know what they do now. I'm sure they have their ways.
Interesting.
But when he was at Comic-Con, he just sort of like did a braid down the center, and then so he went and did photos with all the fans and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and so at the Comic-Con, it was him and Tom and then Fabian, the three of them, the three amigos.
Oh, nice.
Which I think is nice, a nice sort of balanced. Well, I know that actually I know that Fabian is, I think, very close with Matt. I think they're quite friendly. And I'm sure they all are, because they just all seem like every time.
Yeah, they all seem to have really good chemistry.
They do, yeah. So, so what else do we want to talk about this show? We can't really get too much into spoilers.
Yeah,
so
we can't go too much into.
yeah.
Well, when we come back for the finale discussion, then we can like.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. But I am, like, as I mentioned earlier, I'm planning on having, hopefully, the costume designer.
Oh yeah, you got the designers coming.
So I'm gonna have the series costume designer. She didn't do all the episodes, and then her assistant, who also has done them, and then apparently her assistant is working on a new American Horror Story. So I guess it's like the team just sort of goes all around. Yeah,
Ryan tends to stick with a lot of the same people.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you got to meet him. That's
nice.
Right. Fandom was also at NYC Comic-Con this year.
Oh, what a sweetheart. Obviously Funkos. Aww. That's so nice. You know who my son met this summer? He met Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
how did that happen?
Expo. He said he was so nice. He was just so lovely. And
it's so bizarre.
He's a huge fan of him. No, not because of Star Wars, but because of Breaking Bad. My son loves Breaking Bad. So yeah, Gus Fring. Yeah, he said he was a total doll. So that was really nice.
That's awesome. Yeah. He seems like he would be. He's been in the game for so long, man.
He's a veteran.
But he plays bad so well.
He does. He really does.
He's
not everyone voice, can pull it off.
Well, it was funny the other night. So last Friday, like you guys, I don't know what you guys do in Spooky Month, but I like to like my kids like watching spooky or horror movies or scary, not scary like horror movies, but Halloween type movies. So we watched Sleepy Hollow. My kids hadn't seen it before, and the
Which
actor
one?
who plays the one with Johnny Depp
Okay.
and Christina Ricci. And the actor who plays the Emperor in Star Wars, he was in it. I was like, oh my God, that's the guy who plays the Emperor. He's a British actor, I think,
I haven't seen that in forever.
That's right. Giancarlo was in Westworld.
And he was in Westworld. Yep.
Um,
I remember the first thing I saw him in. Oddly enough, it was Trading Places.
You're kidding.
I remember him in the Spike
he
Lee
was
thing.
he was one of the prisoners, and yeah, he was also in what was that one?
Was it Do the Right Thing?
It was Do the Right Thing.
Spike Lee?
He was also in Do the Right Thing. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So he's been around a long time.
He's been in the game for so long, and I've loved every role I've seen him in. I
heard that he is on the cover of The Last of Us, like the original artwork for the game. Like how they Pedro Pascal is playing him, that character.
Yeah.
But I heard that it was actually
they wanted Giancarlo originally.
Giancarlo,
interesting.
Yeah, who because sometimes they'll hire people, actors, I guess, to do voiceovers in video games and stuff. I don't know.
No, it wouldn't be the first time. Actually, Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson being cast as Nick Fury, that happened because in the comics, once the new line had started, the artists modeled Fury to look like Samuel Jackson just for the sake of it, and then Marvel saw that once the movies came about, they were like, "Yeah, let's just get Sammy here."
That's awesome. It's like
see what he could do.
Fan casting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to be kidding me! He was in Electric Company. Hey, John.
I believe that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so was
Sounds about
who
right.
was that other actor who was in Electric Company?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
Was it Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, I with Hollywood going down, it seems lately. I'm very afraid for Morgan Freeman.
I'm not.
I know.
I don't want to.
I know it's
about
absurd. Mm,
I mean, he is old AF and he has one hand, but still.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
But still.
and the role does absolutely fit Samuel Jackson. Yeah, you're right.
No, we were because we were talking about, is there anything else we want to talk about the show? I realize we haven't been here that long, but because we only sort of did a couple of.
Do you have any other like thoughts and theories? Like how do you feel about the characters actually?
Me?
Yes.
I think everybody lost their motherfucking mind. Respectfully.
Yeah. With respect.
Like, respectfully. I think I think the priest is the superness. I think the relationship with the nun is weird. I think the fact that the nun pops up is weird. I think the fact that
some viewers have pointed that out. That seems awfully strange.
Like, why would you even
Lois
be there
in the show?
Lois, the Niecy?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's weird that Lois is letting this random nun in on scenes. Like, why are you the
can
first
go
to
in
look
and
at
check
it?
stuff out, but
Why?
don't touch nothing? What?
Why?
The CSI has not even came and taken all their pictures and evidence yet. What are you
going to do?
Isn't that contaminating the scene?
Yes, it is actually. And the fact that she can also do what she is doing from pictures, like, why is she there?
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole entire question. Oh, the first 2 episodes, every time I see her, like, why are you here? Why do you pop up? Why are you at the police station? Why are you calling her like, oh, she's consultant for what? You don't even know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, everybody's confused. Episode 2. What do you mean? Like, it's,
yeah.
And I hate the nurse.
Maybe she's got a police radio.
I hate the nurse.
That's possible.
You just
hate the nurse.
You think you're supposed to.
Like,
I think you're supposed to hate her.
Good, because I do.
Yeah,
like there's.
I kind of wanted her.
There's so much coming. Oh, I wanted her to get at least one good pop in.
Totally.
At least one.
Awesome. Really, exactly. How does she even get
touches of them color red?
She's always right there.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is your nunnery?
Mm-hmm. And what the hell was going on with her in the hallway after their first encounter? Like, ma'am, what
Weird.
what type
flopping
of
at the
random, what type of, the whole thing where she like almost collapsed and rolled around on the floor? And
That's
like,
what I was thinking, that she was possessed. I thought maybe he
Weird.
was he put a
with
spell
what
on her or
though?
something.
Because he sucked on her fingers. Like
Ugh!
they
Sorry.
literally didn't do anything.
I don't want it.
No, but she's like
ugh.
because she's usually very pious and everything, but in his presence, she's just like sort of falls apart.
That's because they both weird.
They are weird.
That's all I got. It's like y'all weird.
One of the things about Lois, though, is, and this kind of reminds me a bit of Breaking Bad, is she's like a kind of an unlikable character. Like, she's kind of an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But as someone, as literary people often say, you don't necessarily have to like the protagonist. You just have to kind of root for them, and you do kind of root for her, I think, even though she's a fall down drunk. She's got her flaws.
I just want her to be better.
Yeah, but she's very smart, and very capable.
Smart. And I'm trying to form this again without giving any spoilers. The way she carries herself and goes around, and then with relation to this case, like it seems so very personal. Like she says it a couple times. It's like he's coming right at me, and eventually we do get the evidence of what is going down, and it is very about her. But what didn't make sense to me, and since I know that there are more episodes coming now, maybe they'll answer this question: is why would this grotesquerie? Why would that person cue you in as like the center of this whole thing that they're doing? Well, it doesn't make sense.
I think they did sort of propose that it's possible it was somebody she's put away, or an older case where the person has an axe to grind with her because she's responsible for locking them up.
Locking them up.
Because one of the things that they do talk about, she's worked on some pretty awful cases.
And aren't they? And they're trying to get her to retire, or is she just making the decision to retire?
I think they want her to retire.
I think they want her to retire, but they definitely don't want her to retire before this is handled.
Okay.
Because and the chief even says, no one else is going to be able to handle this shit.
I'm not doing this.
Get her done.
Well, I also think it's kind of weird that she is so unflappable. Every single time she shows up on the scene, you see everybody else, they're falling out. And she walks in and she's like,
you're right. There's a lot of vomiting.
And she's like,
that.
She's like,
completely unbothered.
She's lighted my cigarette.
Yes, exactly.
That's the other thing. She's always smoking, which also feels kind of like it's something that's usually you don't see in modern shows. That's the other thing with the smoking.
Yeah,
but it kind of gives that detective feel again. She's wearing that kind of
old school Dick Tracy vibe.
Old school she's like a female.
Think it's super weird that she's completely unflappable, and she's like, y'all need her to do your job. Get these pictures.
Like why is everyone just stand still until she comes on the scene and takes control?
I'm not standing in there.
That does not make sense.
I'm intrigued.
That kind of that whole scene with the Last Supper, and then you're looking actually at the reaction to the Last Supper, which I thought was really kind of cool. And everyone's wearing like hazmat suits or Tyvek suits or whatever. So they're all in white, and it was really kind of like, it was interesting because that was almost like a tableau, and then you juxposition.
And then you flip it.
Flip it.
Yeah.
I thought it was like very artistic. Like the show itself is actually kind of artsy. It has that sort of.
It is.
And I kind of
just imagine the smell because they're homeless people on top of being dead.
And here's one little thing that I know it doesn't matter, but I just noticed it. If someone is banging on your door like that, why would you answer the door? and it doubly doesn't make sense because that's very clearly the crack house on the block. And crackheads are notorious for wanting to stay away from police. No one bangs on your door like that unless they really trying to get to you for something. And normally, if it's a crack house, it's going to be the cops. So the fact that somebody just walked over there and then opened the door. Either way, though, these usually are not people that'll just willingly open the door if somebody's banging on it.
No, I could have somebody ring my doorbell. I'm gonna turn on my camera and be like,
Oh, I won't even answer the door after like 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Like, forget it.
I don't answer the door at all. I look
if
at
I'm
it
not expecting you, absolutely not.
No, I'm not answering it. I don't care.
I might tiptoe and look through the keyhole, look through the peephole, but that's about it.
Yeah.
That's why I got my camera. I sit right up here.
Bang on our door one time. They went around banging on everyone's doors because they were looking for somebody. And I was like, fuck you. I'm not answering my door.
Oh, absolutely not. No, thank you. I don't play that. Absolutely not.
It's like if you get pulled over by a cop and they say get out of the car, apparently you don't have to get out of the car.
We have to, but I'm locking my car.
Well, yeah, okay.
Look,
yeah, totally.
We have to.
Yeah,
because I'm locking my car. You can't get in.
Yeah, yeah. But
so I'm petty.
You can go. You can take me to the station, but I'm not getting out of my car. Apparently, you don't have to. Now they could put a smoke bomb in there or something.
They like to shoot us.
Yeah,
they like, especially brown people. So I'm gonna get out of my car and my door's gonna be locked.
I didn't realize what I was
saying
there.
Sadly. Oh no. Yeah. And also you're in a different country, so
that is true.
And I know every country's cops has their issues, but I'm very certain from my experiences in Canada, these ones out here is just living in the wild west.
Well, they'll just taser you here. That's what they'll do. They'll taser you.
I took a taser over a bullet.
Yeah.
I mean, tasing can also be dangerous.
Yeah.
However, it's not like 100% fatal. It's far less likely that you'll die.
Listen, because once one cop starts shooting, everybody's just going to start shooting.
There were two people who had mental illness, and the one guy they tasered, and he died of a heart attack, I think. And then the other kid was a kid. It happened in Toronto where I live. They tasered him several times, and then they shot him. So we're not that much different. Like they were both mentally ill.
Oh,
so it's like,
listen,
don't tase me, bro.
Listen, I work with the police, and I'm like, I don't play with y'all. Just like everybody hold hands and talk about the things in our little meetings and our little diversity meetings, and they respect everybody to be pro cops. And I was like, I don't trust nobody in here. I was like, I might keep with you right now. We might be laughing and jokes, but when I leave here, I don't know none of y'all. None of y'all know me.
As soon as I'm off the clock, we're done here.
Yeah.
And they were like,
there are very few people that I work with that I consider friends.
Well, I work with my sister, so I can't really.
No.
I can't talk shit about her. She's my sister, but
I mean, I feel like that gives you more right to talk shit.
You know,
but
I do. Yeah.
I guess.
But if she pulled me over, I probably wouldn't get out of the car. I'm noticing my raven or my crow is like facing the other way. Hello, little baby.
Yeah, what's going on? Why is it turned the other way?
Oh, John carries donuts. That's a good idea, John. That's not a stereotype that
dozen donuts.
To be really absolutely accurate.
I would never feed them.
That is, I remember Gabriel
like
Iglesias. He had a joke about that in one of his stand-ups.
I'm trying to feed nobody.
Yeah,
I'm just here so I won't get fined. Put a little Marshawn Lynch on it. I'm here so I won't get fined. But yeah, I don't have any other theories right now. Besides Travis being grotesquerie, or at least like following Lois.
Lois, yeah.
I keep wanting to listen. That's gonna be Niecy.
Yeah,
right. I really have to stop myself from saying Auntie Niecy because that's a different Niecy.
Because that's somebody. Auntie Niecy is Rainey.
That's Rainey's. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And
so
it's funny.
Like,
by the way, I had a dream the other night. And I'm sitting there talking to somebody about Amond, and I said, "Oh, do you know that we on my live stream we were calling him Amond?"
Amond.
I had a dream about it. I was like, "That's so crazy that we're talking about Amond."
It's so funny.
And then she said, "Oh," and then the person I was talking to, she says, "Oh, I know what you're talking about. What's his name and the skit?"
I can't remember if it was Key or Peel. I can't remember which one.
Is it Ron?
Is it Key who did that one? Yeah,
it's Keenan. Yeah,
the tall one. Yeah, that's Key.
I know. They're like Abbott and Costello.
Listen, it's Amon, Elron, like we
Elron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna find a way to get
Key and Peele.
that
Thank
double
you so
vowel
much.
in there.
The double,
Rod.
mhm.
Yeah, so I had this dream, and
Hey,
I'm
Mom.
explaining that to somebody. I'm laughing in my dream about it, and she's like,
Because
"Oh, I
you're
know
funny.
I know the skit you're talking about."
Absolutely.
Our nicknames always stick.
They do.
They do.
Mhm.
Auntie Niecy.
But yeah, I don't have any
where does
other
that come
theories.
from, by the way,
so-
Auntie Niecy?
Because well, the thing that
She's
has
married to
been noticed
Corliss.
throughout the fandom is the Targaryens all have what could be considered typical Black people names.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yep.
And she's also
Daemon,
married to a Black man.
Rhaenys, and she's married to a Black man.
And there's always
So
an uncle
we would
in the
be
family who's
if
married
they were
to
here,
a white woman.
yes.
Oh, okay.
If they were
I get
here,
it.
we would never call her Rhaenys. It would be Auntie Niecy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Rod.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been a really short stream, but that's okay. We can come back again.
Listen,
and
What's our
chat.
runtime?
that's all of me. 'cause
Oh
I
yeah,
was
for
like,
us that is
Meeks is-
short. Wow.
Yeah, Meeks is like she's super busy. So
You
Listen.
have so much greatness to
She
view
does.
once you catch up though. It's
Yeah.
gonna blow your mind.
that was going to be my plan
yeah,
for
we should come
tomorrow,
back
but
and
then they
talk
made me
after
work.
the finale. But
Yeah,
before
after
we do
the
that,
finale and do the wrap up.
Day
Day Ron.
Day Ron.
Listen, we
No,
call him
he's,
Day Day.
no, he's just Day Day. That's just cousin Day Day.
Oh
Day
my
Day.
God, I love it so much.
Day Day, Ray Ray.
Yeah.
Like Jace got a built-in name because that's one of my
Right,
favorite
right.
names. Jaceres? Listen, that's gonna be a real
Jace-
name.
Again,
I'm gonna snatch it.
Jaceres. That's
Jaceres and
that's a Black boy
Lucerys,
name.
them names is getting snatched. for
Lucer,
real.
all of them, every last one of them. Lacaris,
Yes.
every Targaryen name could,
It always
could
has an
be
AE.
random Black kid. Yep.
An AE in it.
Mhm.
So when you
That's
when
because
you
I
guys
haven't.
want to
We
do
can't talk about tangents with me.
Agatha all
Meeks
along,
has only seen the 2 episodes fandom. That's
Yes.
why.
Mhm. I am a ruiner.
Yeah, we didn't go on too many
You are
tangents
not.
tonight. We didn't.
There are many tangents to be had, and I guarantee
Sure.
you we will hit every last one of them when
But
we wrap up.
We're gonna do Agatha all along, and then we can do the purple again.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
yes.
the purple
yes.
is
And
very
by the
important.
way, there is another show called Hysteria. That's Halloweeny.
Oh, really?
What's that about?
It's like based in the
What's it on?
1980s. I think it's
Oh,
Paramount.
80s camp horror?
I love.
No, here's the
80s.
thing. It's based on like the Satanic Panic.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that's interesting because
And it's got
there's
Julie
another
from Modern
movie I
Family in it.
watched. There's a book I read that was sort of based on the Satanic Panic. Yeah. But it was kind of like it's funny when I
What's
was
it
a
called
kid,
again?
witchcraft was really,
Hold on a
really
second.
big. But it wasn't sinister when I was a kid, like, the craft and all that. But there was this whole time when witchcraft was really kind of fun and the occult was really in and Ouija boards and stuff. And then suddenly
It
became
goes
like
in
this
cycles.
Satanist thing.
Then they were horrible, and now they're popular again for now.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the chat. I'll put the
I
But
trailer
see
in
it.
the
Got
chat.
you.
I'm
Thank you.
I'm doing a review of Angel Heart. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it.
What's that about?
I don't want to tell you because
Ooh.
it's a okay. It's for me,
Look,
it's
Meeks is
87.
Googling right now.
Say less.
Mickey Rourke and
Sold. That's all you have to
yeah.
say.
So Mickey Rourke plays the main character. He's a private detective, and he gets hired by Robert De Niro, who's kind of a sinister character, but you don't really quite know anything about him.
I think I have seen a preview
and
for
Lisa
that.
Bonet is in it.
1987.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what is it called again?
Angel Heart.
Angel Heart. And
Yeah,
you said it came out in 87?
87, yeah. And so
Oh,
it
wow.
was shot in New York, and then it moves to Louisiana, to what do you call it, New Orleans. And so and it was very controversial at the time because Lisa Bonet was on the Cosby Show, and then she took this role. She was only 19 at the time, and there's a very
this is when she was trying to shake that Cosby
there's a sex
off
scene
of her.
with her, yeah, and Mickey Rourke, and she was only like 19. She plays a 17-year-old though.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. So it got like at the time they had a problem with the rating, and then they were able to get it down to an R, but it was an NC-17 at the time. But oh my God, Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro. Well, the whole cast is amazing, and you know who else is in it? Is the lady who plays the mother superior. You have to help me with what she's called in
Professor McGonagall?
Dune.
In Dune. Okay.
Denis Villeneuve, Dune.
You said the Mother Superior. I went straight to Sister Act.
Oh,
Me
so sorry.
too. I was like,
I think they just had an anniversary.
And also, once again, rest in peace to the late great Professor
Mother,
McGonagall.
I can't remember what her name is. But anyway, Helen something or other. She's in it.
Helen
so
Mirren?
It's not Helen Mirren. Let me look it up here. Sorry.
I'm in it right now. I'm like,
Helen Hunt?
Anyways, it's so good. Sorry, not Helen. It's Charlotte Rampling.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm like. I don't see a Helen.
Charlotte
Yeah,
Rampling. Yeah, so she plays.
What else has she been in? Her name is.
She's like a British actress, I think, or maybe she's French.
that last name. Wow. Oh, okay.
Rampling. Oh, she's English. Yeah. But the most recent thing she's been in is Dune 1 and 2.
Okay.
So she plays. Who does she play?
She plays the head of the Bene Gesserit.
The head of the Bene Gesserit.
Jessica's mom. Okay.
Yeah. So she is
Reverend Mother Mohaim.
Yeah.
Mohaim. Yeah.
Mohaim.
That's it.
Mohaim. That's how you say it. Yeah. So she's the one who puts his hand into the box. You know.
Yes. What's in the box? Pain.
Pain. And she holds the Jam Gabar.
And she holds the Ganjabar to his neck.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone is interested in like the books of Dune, go over to our girl Danica, Comic Book Girl 19, and she breaks down I think like the first 3 or 4 books. There may be more. I haven't been a part of Dune Club in a while.
Phantom's saying they're doing a Sister Act 4. No,
I'm
way.
sorry.
Excuse me? No, we don't have the good Mother Superior anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
What's in the box?
What was 3?
Wait,
Well,
yeah. There wasn't a part 3. Or did we miss something?
No, wait. Huh?
Are you serious? Look, as we all go to the Google.
Listen, I'm going to be Googling.
Wait.
I think that's supposed to be a 3. The 3rd installment of the Sister Act. Yeah, I think the 3rd one. I think they're working on that one. Maybe?
Oh, and guys, you
Sister
said you're
Act
also
3.
watching Only Murders in the Building?
Yes. Actually,
I
we were supposed to stream that before tonight. Hold on. Actually, Fandom, you're still in chat room. Are you at work or did DJ cancel the stream?
He meant 3. He meant 3. He made a mistake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because look, we were about to be in here investigating.
Listen, I'm like, what the hell was 3?
But I did see Keke Palmer is supposed to be in there.
Yeah,
so
Keke Palmer and Jennifer Lewis.
I would accept that change.
Me too. I love Keke.
Well,
he's going live soon. Oh shit. Okay. Well,
we can
since
let
we
you
about to
guys
wrap,
go.
I might get to jump in then.
Yeah.
Do you want to come? Are you caught up?
On Only Murders in the Building?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Is the one with Ron Howard the last one? Is that a spoiler?
Yes. No, I don't think it's a spoiler.
Okay.
Yeah, I will chat with DJ and I'll shoot you the link.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of
it's such a good show.
It's a really fun show, and I love the rapport between the cast.
The chemistry is off the chain, man. Who would have thought they like Steve Martin and Martin Short? We've seen them for many years. We know they were going to be good. But to add in Selena, they work around each other so well.
My only complaint about the show.
Wait, what are you kidding, Meeks?
I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, father of the bride.
Yes.
Do the baby
the
workout.
chipper chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Make the baby vegan.
The hot soup.
But actually, I was saying to Jack the other day, I said, "Oh, we haven't watched. What was the name of the show? Oh, we haven't watched. Oh my God, what's it called? It'll come to me. It'll come to me in a minute. But no, I was going to say that. Forget it. I've lost it completely. Go ahead.
It happens.
Sorry, guys.
I have lost the plot many a time on the stream.
Total. Now I have to look it up.
I start off with one point and then I remember something and I switch and then I forget what I was talking about.
Yeah, here I'm going to look it up because it'll drive me bonkers otherwise.
Is that anything for Selena's with an S?
Love that too. I just like the fact that everybody knows that reference and everybody it's just universally known.
Mm-hmm.
Anything for Selena's.
Yes. Yes.
Did I take my allergy medicine? I'm dying here. I think I did.
I didn't see you take it. Did you take it before you ate?
I think I took it when I came back from the bathroom. All I know is I'm sitting here and I'm like, my nose is running, my eyes is
All right, yeah,
watering.
you're very sniffly.
Like, what is happening? I was fine.
No, I took my old lady pill, so I'm good for the night.
I want to go to sleep, but I have stuff to do.
But there's things to do. Like there's games to be played.
Oh,
I'm assuming you still have to pack.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. That's it.
Oh, dude.
So good.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So I said to Jack, because we watched a bunch of old Steve Martin movies, and I'm like, oh, we gotta watch this. It's so good. But tomorrow night with the kids, we're gonna watch Death Becomes Her.
Oh,
They
yes.
haven't seen it. It's so fun to watch them.
That is a great movie.
We're gonna watch that tomorrow night with the kids for Friday night movie.
So good.
That's awesome. You should like do a family reaction for that.
Yeah, they won't let me. They won't let me do that stuff. They're like, Mom, don't talk about us. Don't tweet about us. Don't share anything on Facebook. I'm not even allowed to talk about them really. Oh, The Man with Two Brains. We watched that with them. They've seen it. It's really good. I
don't think I've seen that one.
It's really good. All those movies, like Planes, Streams, Automobiles is really good.
I would actually like to do like a retro movie.
I vividly remember The Jerk. So
The Jerk.
Fucking John Leguizamo.
That's why like, I've been doing some retro movies. So I did Aliens or Alien.
Three Amigos.
The Three Amigos was my shit when I was little.
So good.
Love that.
Yeah.
That just made me think of Men in Tights.
Sarah, they making a movie about the man with two brains?
Are they?
Is that the one she's? Sarah's our like
Broadway musical.
By the way, she
Death Becomes Her is a Broadway musical.
Musicals. What is it? Oh, maybe Death Becomes Her. Oh,
interesting.
That'd be fun.
I like it. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the Wicked movie. That is finally
that looks so
coming.
good.
Yeah, I can't wait.
El Guapa.
That is my number one favorite musical.
Should we go around and okay, so when are we going to do the Agatha All Along? That's going to be not this Saturday, but the following Saturday?
Yes,
we could do. It's the weekend of I was off with my dates. It's the weekend of like the 8th, 9th, and 10th because 8th is a Friday, so it's like Saturday and Sunday. We could pick that weekend because I'm free. Yeah, I think.
Sure.
So December 6th, I am on with the not December.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, wait, how do we get to? I know.
November.
I skipped. Look, I told you I've taken the old lady pills for the night. Okay, sometimes they make me drowsy.
I was like,
not my fault. Don't judge me.
In the morning.
I have to take that in the morning. I have one that I have to take at lunch, and then take some more.
I had to buy a pill box, and I was like, that was.
I have 2 of them.
Yeah, and then I was watching Shrinking, and Harrison Ford had like a rainbow one, and I said to Jack, "Why didn't you buy me a rainbow pill box? You just bought me this plain one. What the hell kind of husband are you?" He goes, "I don't have any rainbow ones." So. I want one like Harrison Ford. I want.
You don't leave Jack, man.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Alicia. I interrupted you.
What was I talking about?
She don't remember.
You took your old lady pills, and then you said you're going to be on something on one day.
You had asked about when we're doing
Oh yeah. Sorry. Is it the 9th?
Was it? Yeah. The 9th, I believe, November.
Okay. Yeah, we can do November 9th. Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. Oh,
yeah. The evening, do you guys do normally? Do you evening streams on the weekend?
If it's on the weekends, then I can usually go about any time.
Sure, I'm open.
But like after 12.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too.
It's probably when we'll set it. So yeah,
sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
And so then that's going to be a full panel.
Yeah,
it'll be all 3 of us. Fun. Sphinx and Lady D will likely jump in.
Lovely.
You gonna ask me? You asked me something. You said what?
Sorry, Alicia. Are you done? Did you have anything else?
Yes. That for this. Well, in a couple minutes, you guys can join us on DJ's channel. We're gonna talk to the latest episode of Only Murders in the Building, which was a great episode. And confirm some theories that me, Phantom, and DJ had. So looking forward to that discussion. Friday we have our Halloween trivia. So that's tomorrow on the Citadel Trivia channel. And then after that, look out for the spooky season stories again. We are behind. Life is a lot busier this year than it was last year getting our stories out. So they're probably some of them going to be late, but they will be there, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
it
and
for right now.
it was really busy with House of the Dragon, and then kind of like I
It
got
was
kind
like
of
back to
screwed up.
back.
Back
It
to
literally
back. It was so
was.
tight.
Back to back stuffs.
Oh, Sarah's asking where DJ's channel is. Are you able to drop the link?
I can drop that. Yep.
Oh, thanks.
I got you.
What about you, Meeks? I know you're super busy. You have a day job.
She has
but
all the
also,
things.
You both, yeah.
You see me take a deep sigh. Yeah, I'm watching so many shows. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's just going directly to Patreon because I just don't have the time to edit, and I don't want to like risk it with copyright. But I am. Let's see my list. Of course, doing Agatha. Interview with the Vampire. That's going to be continuing. I just finished season 1. Started season 2. Enjoying that. Grotesquerie will be on Patreon only. God darn it, hold on. Trash.
Are you sure you took the pills?
I swear I did. I think taking the pills activated it. It was like, okay, now just get it out of here.
It does at the beginning. Yeah, it kind of drains everything. And then I know Jesus I find Christ. That too. I'll take a pill, and then the next thing I know, everything's just like running.
That's exactly what happened. I was fine, but now I'm dying.
All right.
But I also watched
there's the link for the stream, you guys.
I also watched Markiplier's show, The Edge of Sleep.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
So good. That's going to be,
as right
now, nobody's really asking for it. So it's just going to be on Patreon only. And if people wanted to see it, I can go ahead and edit it because the episodes are really short. They're like 20, 25 minutes and it's 6 episodes. So it was a real quick watch, but it was really interesting. It was really good. Rub some Vicks on it. You right.
Some Vicks and put, sprinkle some tussin on it.
You right.
Then go take a nap.
And so I am watching season 3 of Avatar, really enjoying that. That's going to be finished soon. And
how many seasons does that have?
3 books.
Okay.
And then the Legend of Korra, but I'm watching the live action Avatar after.
Yeah.
So
that's
finally
why I
watch it.
Done anything with that yet?
A year and a half later.
I think you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
And I finished for games. I finished Dragon Age Origins. I was gonna do a serious playthrough, but I played too slow, and I was doing too much. But Veilguard comes out on the 31st, so I will be playing that at noon when it releases, hopefully in a cosplay that is recognizable.
Oh,
nice.
Awesome.
Love a good cosplay.
Yeah. So that's it. Alicia, what else are you watching?
What else am I watching?
Watching Only Murders. Watching
Only Murders.
Penguin.
Agatha. Penguin. I can't wait till we get to starting Penguin. Yes, Penguin. We're probably also gonna start when Meeks gets back. It's so good. Have you been watching it?
Yes, I interviewed the costume designer.
Oh, that's right. You did. I caught the after
she's
show
so nice.
If you guys haven't checked out Penguin yet.
What? Lodi,
please check it out.
Is it going to be on your channel, Alicia? We're going to do the Agatha All Along?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that on the Saturday, the 9th, I think we're saying. I'll bring my costumey sort of viewpoint to it.
Awesome.
I was going to say, so I love the Penguin. Totally amazing show. So as I mentioned, I did a interview with the costume designer. I'm hopefully interviewing the costume designer of Grotesquerie, which may be this weekend or 2 weeks from now. Nice. Depending, because they're working apparently on another American Horror Story. I've kind of going back to House of the Dragon. So I did like the top 10 men's best costumes, but I'm going to work on the top 10 women's. I'm calling them the most compelling costumes. So this is going to be super hard. I'm kind of avoiding it for now.
I expect to see the Queen at least twice.
Yeah.
At least twice.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. She will be there. I'm pretty sure she'll be there twice. So I'm doing that. And then, Silo's coming out. So I did a season 1 review of that. I might do a season 2 review of that. And Severance is coming back, which is,
I haven't checked out Severance yet, but I've heard
on Apple Plus.
Nothing but good stuff about it.
It's amazing.
I recently acquired that.
Oh, and What Do You Do in the Shadows just dropped a new season.
And I haven't started watching that one yet either.
Oh my God, you would totally love it.
Yeah, I've heard that it's really good.
It's so funny. I don't know if you saw the movie version of it. The movie was really good. And then this is just sort of like a recasting of it.
What was the movie?
The movie was What We Do in the Shadows. And it was done by Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement. And they actually crowdfunded it.
From Flight of the Conchords,
Flight of the Conchords, yeah.
Nice.
So they actually crowdfunded to do it. and it's about 3 bros who happen to be vampires living in a house, a mansion, and all the shenanigans they get up to as vampires, but they have roommate issues, they like fight over who's not doing the dishes and like little silly things like that. But then they're also vampires.
How they don't?
Jermaine is like kind of like he's like the scary vampire, whereas Take It is kind of like the sweet Victorian vampire. Like he's the younger vampire. But in the show, they have a female, like a couple, and then they have a sort of an older Iranian vampire, and then they have an energy vampire. So it's just like it's sort of a similar idea, but anyways, it's amazing. You would love it. Like it's actually Bex who got me to watch it because I was like, I don't know. Anyway, so ramble on
from
there.
a little bit of it I've seen, I've liked the few clips I've seen, and everyone that has talked to me about it says that it's really good. So
yeah, there's one episode where they go to Pride. Well,
when they go to Pride,
they're very sex
in the
positive.
daytime.
No, it's like an evening event.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're on Staten Island. That's the other thing. They're on Staten Island in New York.
Okay. Yep.
So
yep. I know that dynamic.
It's so funny. Oh, and the other thing is, the one vampire, he has a familiar. So that's another thing. There's this Guillermo is the familiar, and he's just adorable. You would love him. He wears these cozy sweaters.
Oh, last plug I almost forgot. The boys over on The Walking Dead, they have started doing the graphic novels again for The Walking Dead, and I am back again playing Michonne. So go check them out and jump to the comments. Tell them I sent you.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome, you're Michonne. Do you have a katana?
I do, actually. I have a katana.
Jackie, you're just getting here. We're
a tanto and a battle axe.
We don't have
Jackie.
much left to talk about, so we're
They're gonna
jump over to DJ's channel so we can talk some Only Murders, Jackie.
Yeah, here I'll show it. It's right there. Jackie, there's the link.
Yep. This worked out. Thank you for having me, Heidi.
Oh my God, anytime. I love having you anytime. And same with you, Meeks. I love having you both.
Yay!
Two of you, and Bax, and also Fandom can come back anytime. He's always welcome. He's not here tonight, but he's always welcome to join us.
Oh, it's almost holiday season, sadly. He's gonna be very occupied at Amazon for the next few months.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
I'm hoping, actually, and the other thing is, by the way, did you guys know there was a big a big Game of Thrones auction that?
Yes, I think that. I was like, too bad I don't have money.
Right.
I just want one thing.
I have to say it was bonkers. Go ahead. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What was that?
No, I just want one thing. That's it. I just want one thing from it.
What was the one thing?
Anything particular? Just anything? That was, something that was affordable. Because in prices, I was like, yikes.
Why I'm mentioning it is
I would have loved Oberyn's Spear.
I had William on who he has a museum in Minneapolis, and his museum, he has a bunch of costumes. So I had him on at one point. I've had him on a few times. So, oh no way, that's so cute.
What? Absolutely not. That's the what?
Hopefully,
no.
Hopefully it went well. Hopefully, he didn't conjure up any spirits. Malevolent spirits.
I'm like a seance.
No, not at all.
We used to do stuff like that. You never did that?
Oh, hell
absolutely not.
Really?
Do you know where I'm from?
We'd say Bloody Mary. We did all that shit. Like, it was like, we were terrible.
I mean, you can play around with that stuff if you want to, but look here. Disclaimer: we here at AK Watch Productions and Manic Meeks Incorporated, we do not condone any of these things. What Heidi and Jackie are saying are their thoughts and words and feelings alone.
That's like me. Anytime I talk to anytime I talk to Alexa, I'm always very polite at it, because I'm always like, what if like Alexa
not a Ouija board, girl?
No, that's
did you say goodbye? When you entered the session,
right? Did you at least say goodbye?
Yes. That is the
because if you don't, you left the door open.
Jackie, we were trying to leave Jumanji, not get sucked back in.
Girl, close your door.
Absolutely not. Come on,
keep that in your house.
Oh yeah. So anyway, Lodi. So what I was saying is, so William, who we had on to talk about the auction, we went through all the auction items. Anyway, he bought 4 items from the Game of Thrones auction. So he bought, what what did he buy? He bought Hodor, which is very cool, right? He bought, I don't know, Hodor might have had more than one costume, not sure. He bought one of Gwendolyn's dress that she wears. You know when she gets thrown into
When
the
she's
bear
fighting the
pit?
bear?
The bear, yeah, the
That
dress. That's
disgusting
the only
pink
time she
dress?
wears it. He bought one of those. He bought Dany's very broken down dress, you know, after she flies out of the dragon pit, and then she lands, and then they surround her.
Surrounded by the Dothraki. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's all dirty and everything.
So I have
So
to,
they
like,
bought that
oh,
one,
where's
and there's another one. So I'm gonna have them back, and we're gonna kind of go through it. I thought it'd be really
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, I want to see what they sold for, but you have to sign in for it.
Yeah, you can sign in. I've signed in before. And I just did it through my YouTube account. Like I think I did it through Google, and then
Because it says make an offer to the owner for $500,000 or more, and I went
like the throne went for like 1.5
What?
million or something.
I mean,
and this is for Longclaw. That's for
Yeah.
Longclaw.
I know that,
$500,000 was for Longclaw.
I know Ryan
For
Condal has a podcast he does with this other guy who's also like a showrunner, and he bought the bell. You know, the shame. Bell. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, actually, another weapon.
My pendulum candles and obsidian crystal bowl. Oh my
Girl.
god! Did you have a?
What about
turban?
the
That one
salt?
was so cool. You know, tarot cards. By the way, you can't use tarot cards in From. It's frowned upon. You'll have a raven fly into a window if you do that.
I really want to.
I don't have the thing like right from the set, but I do have a replica of Lyrian Steel make and model of Oathkeeper with the red lines going through.
Is it steel or is it like a plastic sword?
No, it's steel.
Okay, that's what I want.
No, we bought it from the actual replica makers.
That's amazing.
They have so much stuff on here, but I want to. I'm nosy. I gotta see prices because
Yeah.
I just want to know what I could afford. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel good.
Mhm.
Be like, if I was in here, I could get that. $75,000 for the Hand of the Queen pin.
Absolutely not.
No, I have a
That's
replica.
that's just having stupid money.
I have a replica that came from Croatia, but it was just from the gift shop.
Nice.
It was probably made in China.
All right.
I did have, you know what I did have? I did have the pin that Dany wore, or sorry, no, Marjorie wore. She wore it on a necklace, like in season 2. I found the exact same one, the same, because it was actually like a vintage piece of jewelry. So I have it, but I think I gave it to a viewer. And the rings that Marjorie wore as well. I gave those to a viewer. Oh, thanks so much, Jackie. I'm wearing like a little witchy poo hat. See, it's got a little veil and a little feather.
That's awesome.
And I had my crow here, but I took him off. You see my little crow. There he is, my little guy. If anybody likes The Omen, by the way, the first Omen, so good. Highly recommend watching that.
I don't know why I like those movies. Well, the original ones with I forget what his name was, Sam Neill.
Yes.
When he played the adult Damien.
Oh yes. Yeah, definitely.
Wow, they are really busting.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Oh yeah. My hair is it is. I've kind of been lightening it a bit. So yeah, no, I was watching an interview I did the other day, which is good because I'm playing Nurse Red. So my hair's not as red as hers, so hers is really red.
And and if you're wondering why she says she's playing Nurse Red, go to my channel and look at the thumbnail that I made of us.
It was funny. I was just going to do that anyway, so you picked the right one for me.
Nice.
All right, everyone. Well, we managed to talk an additional 15 minutes.
We squeezed it in there.
We
squeezed it all the way out.
Yeah. And no, but I'm really looking forward to joining you guys on
yes, for sure. And we
Agatha
are
All
live.
Along. They didn't do the theme song though. They didn't do the Agatha All Along song.
I don't know that it's needed.
Probably not.
Right now is The Witch's Road.
Open.
That's the song now.
Yeah. The Witch's Road is this season's bop.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song. Actually, it's actually
all versions.
They all sing. Well, Patti LuPone is a very famous.
Of course, that's Patti LuPone.
You can't have Patti LuPone and Catherine Hahn on a cast together, and there's no music. And I like that everyone was actually very musically inclined.
She's actually a really good singer too. I was like, wow, she's keeping her own.
All of them are.
But also Patti LuPone was in Penny Dreadful, and she also played a witch in that. If anybody ever saw that show,
Nice.
She was
I saw
so
I think
good
the
at it.
first 2 seasons, maybe.
She's in season 2. She's like the witch in the like the little house in the woods kind of thing. And then she gets tarred and feathered, I think. And then she's in the 3rd season. I think
Ouch.
she's kind of like the therapist or something. But no, she's just brilliant. I absolutely love her, and I think she's so good in
And this
and I
was
love the
a
costume.
great last
I love
episode.
I love the costumes when they're, we'll talk about more about it, but when they're like, every time they go into one of the tests, their outfits change. I think it's so fun.
They color code them, yeah.
It's my favorite.
Word.
It is.
All
Okay.
right, so yeah, we
All right,
gotta get out of
Y'all
here
gotta
so we
get
can
ready.
switch over
Bye,
to DJ.
everybody. Mwah.
Peace out, you guys.
Yay,
Thanks for
happy Spooky
hanging.
Month.
As I
Bye.
die with my nostrils. Oh,
I'm
that
ending
was a
it.
mistake.